Peace. Now you can comment. Now you can comment. All right, let's go. Why does it keep doing that? How do I go back to my regular screen now? Peace. There we go. Now I can see y'all. What up? What's going on? Peace, 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 peace. What up, y'all? Peace. Yeah. I don't know what happens. Y'all can kind of who we got? Empress Rel, what up? Peace. I'm just going to lay it down on here because I never really lay it down on here. I never lay it down what I do. All right, we back on deck, baby. We can't really talk about nothing on TikTok. They just mess with my screen. They trying to push me around. Hey, man. Word. Let's go. Yeah, there we go. Now we got some comments. Yeah, they don't want me telling the truth. I need to start going live on here more, man. I don't go live on here enough. I don't lay enough tread down on here. I don't lay enough. You know what I mean? I got to start putting that information on this channel. I have to. Our people, we already know. We already know. You know what I'm saying? We know. We've been doing this in TikTok for a little while. You know what I mean? So most of y'all already know. But YouTube, you about to get a head buster. This right here gonna be like, you're gonna be like, what the hell just happened? I can make longer videos. I can make videos on here, but I'm talking about the stream, what's going on? Yeah, but see, the thing is on here, it's different because I can't use no green screen. So I got to make my videos over there. That's why I make my videos over on TikTok, because the green screen technology, they got the green screen. Yeah, I mean, I could use YouTube, but it's just not, it don't have a green screen technology, so I can make videos and then show my receipts behind what, and then make myself smaller, show the thing, boom, 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 like that. That's how it gotta be. Feel me? But trust me, on TikTok, I started off with 3 people. Wasn't nobody hearing nothing. You know what I mean? I started off with 3 people in the live stream and 1 like. See? I can insert within the live. See, that's what I'm saying. I don't have no team of people with me. I don't know how to do that. I don't know how to do that. I need help. So feel free to reach on out. You know what I'm saying? Help a brother. Because look, connecting the dots, y'all already know. For the people who know me from TikTok, y'all already know I'm a connect. I'm the connector. I will never make you a believer. Okay, I appreciate you. I need that. I need your help. So I appreciate you. You can play this on your TV. Yeah, that's dope. I have a dumb TV. Yeah. I don't have a smart TV. Mine's is dumb. But but yeah. Because I don't watch TV. I never watch TV. That's why I be like running up on these people who watch Netflix specials in the last couple of years. And I'm like, you're gonna lose this battle. You're gonna lose this debate. Because I ain't watched TV in years. If you watch the Netflix special, you are behind me in this information, my mans. And this information really ain't something that you can. All of this information ain't something you can read. You see what I'm saying? You can try to make sense of it, but all of it ain't something you can read. Like the Americas being Egypt, just so I can lay this down on YouTube, and I'm gonna say a lot of things right now that you probably never heard before. But these are the facts. America had more, and I still know that we have more pyramids in both of these places in North and South America than anywhere in the world combined. We have more pyramids here than anywhere. So so people can get a perspective, literally, not just in any other place, but everywhere combined, all of their pyramids in the rest of the world don't make up the pyramids we have here. So that's just a fact. That's America. But they spend a lot of money to hide that from you. They spend a lot of money to hide that from you. Boy, they don't want you to know that this is Atlantis. They would never tell you that. They would never tell you that. But the Maya, let's just go through it. Like I said, the Maya's actual name is Danavas. Danavas. That's the Maya's actual name. Their name wasn't Maya. There was a man that grew out of their population who started having these special abilities, the abilities to be able to, control the ether. Yeah, and then he got himself some divine Atlanteans. And let me tell you something about this. The Maya called these lands Mayak. That means the first lands that rose from the bosom of the deep. For the people who don't know. Now, Mayak was represented in a symbol like this. If you look in the hieroglyphics, you'll see that symbol. It looks like this. It looks like this. It's short here like that. It's got the top like that. It's got a longer piece like this, right? That is the symbol for Ma. That is an Egyptian symbol also, but the symbol for Ma in Egyptian is like laid sideways. It's this symbol, but it's laid on his back, like laid backwards on his back. That's still the symbol for Ma, though. It's depicting kind of that they aren't in their homeland anymore. They didn't know where their language come from. See, this is what these other creators, they're not telling you that. You see what I'm saying? They didn't know where their language came from. The Maya knew where the language came from because they created it. See what I'm saying? They created it. They created the language. You know what I mean? Just like the corn, maize. The god of maize is a Maya god. You see what I'm saying? It was the Maya god. You see what I'm saying? So it's no transition. There's nothing coming from there to here. It's already here. Like I said, Mayak means the first lands that rose from the bosom of the deep. Now, it's depicted as the symbol of Ma, like I was telling you, with two, what they call is imixes attached to it. Imix is like a breast. It's called the breast. or a world. It's a seed. It looks like a seed. It looks like a seed, just like Mayak. It looks like, it means the land. It means the first lands that rose from the bosom of the deep, but it means the land just sprung. It means that too. It means a couple things. But it means primitive lands. It means all that. These are the oldest lands on the planet. What lands are more fruitful and more dense and than these lands? No other lands. We have everything. Every single solitary thing. We have it all on these lands. When they came here, that's why they said Costa Rica. It was like Costa Rica. It means rich coast. Puerto Rico, rich port. They was floored. They was floored. We had been cut off from the rest of the world for a long time. And we were not catching the diseases the rest of the world was catching. We didn't catch the bubonic plague. We did not catch yellow fever, all of these different tuberculosis. We didn't have all that. We didn't have it all. We didn't have malaria. Knocked off half of the population born to the damn planet. We didn't have it. We didn't have it. And when the North America froze in the Ice Age, when North America froze, we walked our asses down to South America. When South America would freeze, if the South America would freeze, we walked our asses up to North America. We were not sustaining many casualties. That should, now, I'm laying this down on this here YouTube. So nobody can come down here acting like this is your information. One of these European people. Nah. So let's get after it. Let's get after it. Let's go. Y'all want to talk about the beginning of this program and how did we get to here? Let's talk about it right now. Now, the very beginning is where I'm talking about. Mayak, the land just sprung. Okay? Now, you have Ma, right? Connected to two eye mixes, two breasts. But without that letter, Ma, would take Ma away and just have the two lands, it would be at land. Yes, at land. That's what those imixes together would say. It was two symbols. It was two symbols that symbolized North and South America. That's a fact. And it meant at land. Yes. Yes. So, meaning Atlantis. The island that sunk, they said two of the islands sunk, not all of Atlantis. They're talking about the pyramid that was over where the Bermuda Triangle is. That part of Atlantis sunk and created a tsunami, and another part coming into where South America is sunk also, and it created a tsunami on where South America is. But it created a tsunami that, that's where you get the whole Noah story and all of that. That's where you get that from. Yes. And you might think, like, how do you connect them to? Gopher wood. Gopher wood is only found in one stream on the planet. One stream. Noah, go look it up. Noah made his boat out of gopher wood, and that gopher wood is only native to one place on the planet, and that is one stream in Florida. Yeah, that's right. That's right. That's right. Who just said that? Yeah, exactly. It's only native to one place. So it shows you the Bermuda Triangle is sunk right there, flooded all of Florida and probably a lot of North America, where most of the populated areas. Now, when they say the world sunk, they're talking about the populated areas. And most of the people at these times are on the waterways. So if you're next to the water, yeah. Peace, peace, peace. Atlantis and Atlantis. That's right. That's right. Mazatlan is down in Mexico right now. Mazatlan. Go look that up. Atlanta. All of this is Atlantis, man. All of it. Bermuda Triangle, that is a pyramid up underneath there. When that landmass sunk, it created a huge tsunami. Now, people don't realize that Atlantis is not just a global society, it's an intergalactic society. It's a cosmic society, really. You know what I mean? But let's not lose everybody, because that's just too much for everybody to grasp. But so let's bring it down a little bit and get you to know that it is a global society. So when this happened, you know that there are other places around the world where you see artifacts are in the water, like whole land masses sunk. So when this catastrophic event happened, yeah, I thought Atlantis was an island in the middle of Atlantic Ocean that sunk. Exactly, and that's what they told us. But that's not true, because like I just said, the Maya, this is how you know. The Maya called these lands Mayak, right? Mayak means the first lands that rose from the bosom of the deep. That's what that means. Now, it's depicted with a John like this, right? It means first lands. It means the first lands that rose from the bosom of the deep. It means first lands, and it means the land just sprung. Primitive lands. It's the first lands that ever. There was no other lands. Europe was represented by islands, just islands at this point. This is where the Naga go over to these islands and stuff like that. That's why some of these places got populated before they even came out of the ocean all the way. And then when they came out the ocean, people would migrate there and find people there. And they're like, oh, you must have just, nah. The Naga people are the Danavas. The Danavas is the actual, listen, the Danava, D-A, they're gonna make the spiritual people some spiritual mythology, but this is the actual name of the Maya. The actual name of the Maya is Danavas. Yes, that's the actual name of the Maya. They became known as the Maya because there was the person that grew in their population that started being able to control the ether. You know what I mean? And started, not just pyramid building, but, when you can pyramid build, that means you can build a planet too. So just to let you know that. I don't know if people don't know that, but that's a fact. You can you're a spacewalker. You're an astronaut. That's a fact. Yeah. So the Danavas are the Naga. The Naga. That's where all the terms from the Khans and all that come from. But that right there, if you want to go check that out, there's a cool book called The Queen Mu and the Egyptian Sphinx. That right there will set you on a path wherever you can really saturate yourself into that. But the what? See, because some people say, okay, that's just Laplacian, his own whatever. Okay, they're like, yeah, Earth. So you just said Laplacian, and I'm like, okay, look, let me tell you about what I do now. Let me tell you about what I do, because I don't just be sitting around on the Google. You know what I'm saying? So what I do is I go to the museum. I went over to the Brooklyn Museum and I seen those tablets. I seen the Sumerians holding what they were calling a pine cone. Right. I seen like 5 or 6 of these tablets, stone tablets, 7 foot taller. I'm 6'4". It's over top 8 foot. It's over top of me. See? And I studied. I took my camera out and I touched 2 of them. They had to tell me to stop. And I did. I stopped. But I had already got my thing off. Because I touched my ancestors' stuff that they left here for us. I'm back. Letting them know I'm dead. We are back. We are back. Yeah, I'm here. Because I'm not going to stutter or stumble. Now, when I looked and I took very intricate videos like this, I went up and down all those joints like this. Boom. And then when I got back home, you know what I done with it? I opened it up and it opened up to me. As soon as I looked into it, it opened right up to me. I seen it all. I seen the whole thing. I read it. It is, people think that that's just something you go in a museum and you walk by and say, oh, that's pretty cool. They got a pine cone right there in a bag. And that's where your mind goes, right there to those things. And then you just look at the little indentations and all of that. No, my friend. No, my friend. Because if you look deeply into that tablet, you'll see that that is not a pine cone. And I made history with this. And I'm going to tell you right now, that is not a pine cone in that Sumerian's hand. It is corn. It is maize. And if you look at the rest of that tablet, which I have posted a video on here, I show it. If you look at the rest of that tablet, you will see squash on the edge right here. You will see squash and green beans growing right here at the bottom of where he's pulling it. I show it. He's pulling that John from the joint. He's harvesting that so-called pine cone. That ain't no pine cone. That's maize. So when you have maize, squash, and beans, that is the milpa planting system, my friend. That comes from the Americas. That's how we planted the Amazon rainforest. Now, since we sat there and made history, y'all ain't telling us about our own history. This is ours. You're not allowed to tell us anymore. You're not allowed to talk. You're not allowed to teach us none of that shit. That's over. The days of you telling us about the Atlanteans are over. The Atlanteans are back on the planet. We don't need you to teach us nothing no more. We created you. Just like when you look at the other bag of the Sumerians, you will see 2 dragon people, 2 what we know as dragon. They're serpent men, or I don't want to say men, serpent energies. 2 of them, and in the middle of them is a spinal cord. and they're controlling the ether and making the spinal cord, making you the people who want to see fit on teaching us his story. See, this right here is a whole different power than you even know. Any of these people. This is a whole different thing. You are the Naga people. You know they call them the Hindus and then the Buddhas and all of that. Yeah, that's, you see them in Buddha tradition. The Naga statues. Yeah, look at the Buddhas. Go look at the Buddhas, the statues. They look like people you know. They look like people that you grew up with because they're the so-called African American people. Don't even realize it. They're not African. They're not from Africa. Africans ain't from Africa. That's Al Capulan. And that's the youngest lands on the planet. How do you know? Because it's underdeveloped. We haven't started putting the trees in there yet. That's the baby. That's the father of the John, though. It's the father of everything. It's the minerals. This is the land of milk and honey. That is the land of the minerals. That's what that is. The father of all the minerals. It literally, our world is 70% water. It's a drop of water. You see what I'm saying? It's a drop of water. So, yes, I caught a download on that. Caught a nice download on that. Be able to process it later. But yes, that's what our land is. Our John is a drop of water. You see what I'm saying? The land just sprung. Comes from the Mayans. The Mayans are the Danavas. The Danavas are the Naga. The Naga, when Europe was represented out there, you had some all of those places. We came and we were literally we were dwelling in the water. The Nagas were the people who literally were in the water. They knew about being in the water, like navigating the water. Everything was about the water. Everything was about us. There's a lot that I want to tell y'all. You know what I mean? But I don't really be on here like that. So we'll get to it all. We'll get to it all. We'll get to it all. If you have any questions, put them in the chat though. We can move it like that too. The Danavas, like you see the Buddha statues, the Danavas, the oldest ones and the most sought after Buddha statues, if the people that are Buddha collectors are the Naga Buddhas. The Naga are the Danavas. The Danavas are the Maya. They don't tell you that. They're never going to tell you that. You would literally have to dig so hard and get into a book from the 1850s just to even, you would have to know about that book just to even go into it and start getting in. Like, they don't tell you what the Maya's real name. But see, the thing is once you get into that, so it correlates. It correlates it when you have, like I said, the Sumerians. They call them Sumerians. The Sumerians have the Naga Johns on it. The bags already showed on some of the videos that I did. I showed the 3D. It looks like the bubble lettering we do. You don't see you don't see Africans doing bubble lettering on graffiti. Do you? Do you see Africans doing bubble letter graffiti? Do you? No, you don't. No, you don't. Now go to that Sumerian bag. I showed it. It's bubble letter, graffiti. It's bringing language over there. It's bringing this over here, bringing you language. The other bag depicts us bringing the knowledge of making life there. The other bag shows animals in it. Yeah, shows animals in it. Now, I'm looking for more references because I know more about those tablets. The leg, if you look at the forward facing leg, you'll see that whoever that is, you see that's right. You see in the leg of the Sumerian, right? This is how you can tell. I'm helping you out where you can tell which ones are the fakes and which ones ain't. In the legs of the Sumerian, you'll see it's a person there. It's a person there in the leg of the Sumerian. That's who that really actually sent the knowledge. This is the pharaoh or the whoever was the king or the queen, because some of them look like there's a crown on it. Some of them have like the big John in the front. Like you'll see, like if you forget about the rest of the picture and just look at the leg, you see it looks like him like kneeling down. Some of them look like they're doing the haltering on his back with the pineal gland, John. Like they say it in the where they plagiarized it in the Bible. They said he halts on his thigh. He halts back on his thigh when the sun like that. And in Egyptian it has a sun raised going to the pineal gland and the dude kind of leaning back like this. That's what it looks like. I gotta find that, John. I gotta find it. I'll find it. I'll find it. But it looks like that. His leg is the depiction of the different the king or queen, whoever was in charge at that time. The pharaoh at that time, whoever was. But if you look at that, those is melanated people. Those is melanated people. You look at the leg, and look at the face in the leg. Sometimes they beat the face off there because it's too distinct. And they don't, like the one that I took, I seen one of them where they beat the face off of it. In the leg. But the arms are some sort of bird, looks like. His shoulders look like the landmass, like they're depicting where they went, like how his body is. It's wild, man. How they do I don't know why I know this stuff. I'm serious, but I just looked at that and I'm like, damn, okay, yeah, look, I see it all. I see it all. I see the Milpa planting system is the most pertinent thing because that literally makes history. That makes history. To all you archaeologists out there, you said that's a pine cone. I literally proved that is not a pine cone. I proved it. Yes. I proved it. It is maize. That is corn. And at the corner of that, the rest of that tablet will show squash and beans, which is the Milpa planting system, which comes from the Americas. Excuse me. Comes from the Americas, babe. Hate to break it to you. So, we have so many things. That's just that. That's one part of things. That's one part of things. You see, I just broke down just the Sumerian tablet, the Naga. Boom. Let's encapsulate that. Bop. Encapsulate it, right? But we got that. Can we get a one in the chat? Is somebody there with me? Because I'm just seeing a dark screen. I don't see nothing. Okay, yep. There we go. There we go. We got a couple people still there. All right, so we got that encapsulated right there, don't we? Put a 5 in the chat if you knew and never seen this chat before. Put a 1 in and never seen me speak before. Put a 1 in the chat if you have. Is everybody in here people that I have spoke to before, so y'all know this information? Can you do that? Can we have a communication? Or are you scary? Put a 1 in the chat if you've been here before. One of you have. One if you have. One if you have. But if you have seen me speak before. A 5 if you're new. Please and thank you. I appreciate you. I just want to, because I'm new to the to YouTube and I started off TikTok the same way. But I'm coming off of TikTok and we're gonna start rocking out on YouTube a lot more with the information. I just broke down the whole Naga situation, how the Naga are the Maya. Where you see these Buddha statues with the serpent and all of that stuff, that's the Maya. Also on those Sumerian tablets, you see on their arms, they got the wrapped around their arms, they got 2 snakes around their arms. LG been down here, LG. All right, that's cool. That's cool, man. I appreciate y'all following me over here, but y'all already know. And this is information you need to keep hearing. So if you heard it before, keep hearing it. But we're going to lay it down on YouTube. We laying this information down on YouTube. We just encapsulated the Naga and the Maya being the same people. What's the common denominator? The Danavas. The Danavas are their actual name. Both of those so-called things, right? That they actually, didn't create, but they brought up to you. People know about the Naga. People know about the Maya. But look up who the Danavas are. They won't give you that connection to them too. They'll say it's some mythical beings. They'll say, you know what they say about the Navas? They're half human, half gods. Just like they say about Atlantis. Yeah, go look that up. They say there were some mythical people, and we go against, and that the Danavas go against the gods. Yeah, gods of right now. We go against the people who have taken our teachings of the pyramid building and started doing blood sacrifices with them. So, yeah. Hold on a second. Yes. So yes, we just broke that down. So let's move on a little bit, because that's just one way that I have proven that these are the oldest lands. And when they're talking about Atlantis and all that, you need to look no further. Go look up the Atlantis claims and they make Atlantis like, some fairy tale place. No, this is Atlantis. Like I said, the Mayas had Mayak. We already broke all that down. The 2 Imixes by themselves was Atlan. Without the depiction of Ma being in there, it was them 2 was Atlan, Atlantis, Mazatlan, Atlanta, all different kinds. So yeah, the other way that these are the oldest lands is by that's why the Sumerians bring up the fruits and vegetables. They bring it up right there with the milpa planting system. We have the plants We brought the knowledge of the plants. Not only did we maize is native to here, but we created the seed. Like people are like, oh man, how you created it? How we built the pyramid? Same way we built the pyramids is how we created that seed. So we created the seed of maize, man, and coca, all that cacao, the cacao plant, which is chocolate. All of that. Y'all ain't have none of that. You ain't have none of that. You was catching diseases. You was catching every fucking disease you could find out there. Everyone. You caught everything you could fucking catch. Bubonic plague, yellow fever. Bubonic plague killed 200 million people. Killed every goddamn body over there in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Y'all couldn't even drink the goddamn water out there. Huh? You couldn't even drink no water. You was thirsty as hell, couldn't drink no damn water. So what you start doing? You start drinking liquor. That's why all y'all was alcoholics. Yeah. That's why all y'all was alcoholics. You sure did. That's why you became alcoholics, all you Irishmen and all y'all Europeans and all that. That's how you became, yeah. That's how you became an alcoholic. And you was Slavic. That's what y'all was, the Slavs. The white folks, y'all was Slavic, the first slaves. Y'all was the slaves. So, but that's how you know the diseases. See? That showed you our populations. Y'all was catching bubonic plague, killed 200 million people. You was catching all kind of different things in between. That's the 1300s. You catching yellow fever, killed I don't know how many people. Killed everybody. It was knocking your whole shit into the dirt. Yeah, exactly. The slaves is Slavic people. They just switched your mind frame and got you thinking that this is black folks. That ain't, excuse me, now I don't even like calling us black. We're not black. We melanated people. Like, I don't even want to get that confused on here. We are not black. The average melanated person walking around, you $40 million. You got 40-some million dollars worth of melanin in your body. That's why they just keep calling you black, so you don't know that, and they can keep on snatching our people, snatching us up. Yeah, that's what they do. Why you think we the most people that go missing? They want that melanin. Guess what they doing with it? They putting it on the spaceship because they know that this is a spacesuit. They know you got on a spacesuit, and they know they don't got one. Cost over $44 million the price. You was born with it. You have on a spacesuit. And they will do anything to get it. That's right. They're putting it on their spaceships because they have not ever went to no damn space, because you cannot go to space in a spaceship. We created everything. Look out into them stars. We created them too. They're not stars, they're planets. We created them. When you see something twinkling on them, whatever's on them, like you see the cat, the Johns, I'm going to tell you something about those planets. The only reason why you can see them from space is because of the things that we put on those planets. You can see the twinkle. You can see the light from it. That's why. That's what the pyramids here were supposed to do. The ones with the with the gold caps, and they was covered with limestone. Those. You see the evolution of the pyramid. Nobody wants to talk about the rise and fall of the thing. They're like, oh, at one time there was these one people on the planet. No, it wasn't no one time. This happened a lot of times, and it's starting to happen again now. That's what people don't realize. That happened when they're talking about Thoth the Atlantean and all of that. That is that is so old. That is hundreds of millions of years old. He's talking about the mirror waters. He's talking about the Amazon. The Amazon, if you look at the Amazon rainforest, right, and you look at the Amazon River, it's identical to the Mississippi River. The Mississippi River is identical to the Nile River. We did it on a bunch of different planets. I mean, on a bunch of different land masses. Wasn't just there. China too. Trying to nail down the river there. There's a major river there. We did the same thing. But those rivers didn't just become there like that. We made them. We created those rivers. Y'all think about, people don't know what I'm talking about. This is earthworks. That's an earthwork. People don't know what the heck. That is a full-blown earthwork. We made them, and we made the trees go around them. So we created we created how it was. Yeah. Yes. Those are earthworks, man. If you look at the Amazon River, it cuts off 25% of the John and 75% of the land mass. 25% of the land mass, 75% of the land mass. You go to Mississippi River, it cuts off 25%, 75%. Same thing with the Nile. And that is the last. What the Nile River in Africa in so-called Egypt, Kemet, that ain't even Kemet. They lied. That's something they created, man. That's not even the real Egypt and all of that. Kemet comes from here. It's here. That's when Thoth moved and all of that, he ain't moved there. He moved to upper. See, the thing is when they're talking about the movements of Thoth and all of this, they're talking about the consciousness. They're talking about the knowledge rise, the consciousness rising and falling on the planet, because the planet moves like this. It moves like this. So it's like a sound. The dive is when the consciousness falls on the planet. When it rises back up again is when we start being able to build pyramids again. But that's the divine Atlantean people. You see them today, they wow you with their basketball skills, and they created all the genres of music and all of that kind of stuff because the consciousness fell on the planet, and that's all we really know. We just stayed doing. We are the rubber ball. We made the rubber ball games. They try to act like some white man made basketball, but that ain't true. That ain't true. The people they call the Olmec is from the Sheep dynasty, is really the sheep people. It's really the sheep people. They're the XI. XI means she. They had dynasties in Asia. Yeah, and you thinking they Asian people, and they not. They're not Asian. They're not Asian. They're from here. All the phenotypes are from here. Yes. All the phenotypes are from here. So yeah, everything is from here. The woman is first. The woman came first. They know what came first, the chicken or the egg. The woman came first. Period. Woman came first, possessed both energies. Then she had the male, the XY chromosome. Then you don't need no more. She don't need to produce males anymore because now she don't need to produce by herself anymore because now she has semen on her own. Like I mean, from a man now. Well, she dropped the male masculine and she became just the divine feminine. You see what I'm saying? People want to always talk about the evolution of a people. Man, look, that's white people. White people evolved a little bit. We didn't have no evolution. We devolved. We came down out of our powers. Evolution. Are you crazy? That's for them. Evolution is their crap. How they came from a monkey and all that. How we spliced them. We spliced them from that. We spliced them from the 9 genome sequence. The albino 9 genome sequence. I hate to break it to you. And there's some evidence to say that we spliced the albino 15 genome sequence too and made the Asian. I think that's how the Asian, because the Asian has a higher pineal gland activation than the European does. The Europeans' pineal gland activation is 60 to 80% is calcified in their population. You know, a lot of people don't know that, but that means you lack morality. Yes. Melanin, the lack of melanin will make you coarse, will make you not care, will make you want to get up in the middle of the night and go take a life. You see? Nobody addresses this issue in our country either. You see these white men literally going around and hunting because they have a lack of compassion. Melanin is the God particle, is the compassion particle. Yeah. The more civility you have when you have the more melanin. When you don't have melanin, it's the lack of civility. That's a fact. Nobody is addressing this issue. Nobody. You want to probe in that. You want to send archaeologists out there, right? Looking into everybody else, but you don't want to. Nobody looking into you. You see, when you say you're after the origins of your people of people come out of Africa, you mean you. The origins of people of people, your people come out of Africa. It's not us. We predate you hundreds of millions of years, even being on the planet. We made you. We made you. That's why they said the Slavs, if you look up the Slavic, the word slave comes from the Slavic people. It's because they kept on being forced into, they were the slaves. We created slaves. It wasn't like, yeah, and then you got smart. Let's just be real, man. Let's be real. Nobody's this isn't me being a certain way. This is me just telling the truth about it. Now, at the end of the day, you know that you had the bubonic plague, also known as the Black Death. Right? 200 million people, that was just what they counted. Probably way more than that. Plenty other tuberculosis. You was banging the shit. You was banging the shit out of cows, sheep. That's how you got chlamydia, gonorrhea. What's the other one? The other one you get from lizards. You can only get these things from one way. You can only get them one way. You had to be banging them Jones. You had to be banging you a cow. You had to be banging a lizard or something. You was in the foxhole and you was doing what you had to do with a lizard or something. That's a fact. So you were catching them diseases. You were catching all them diseases. Then you have yellow fever. I don't know how many that killed. A lot of people. Then you got malaria. Malaria killed half the people born to the planet. We didn't have malaria here. We never had malaria here until the 1500s. Till the Europeans, y'all brought that shit over here. We ain't have none of that shit over here. We ain't have no malaria over here, bubonic plague and all that shit the Europeans and the Asians and Africans had. Still have today. We ain't had that shit. So that shows you a couple things. Now, y'all's populations were dwindling down. That's what it shows you. Y'all ain't have that many people over in Europe, Asia, and Africa. Wasn't that many people there. That's what it shows you. Also shows you, now that's when you see them starting to get our crops. When you start getting our crops, that's when your population start going up. Before that, y'all was dying. Y'all was about to go extinct. Y'all was some dusty jokers over there. Because you ain't had no food. You was cut off from the mother and became savages. Word. Yes. Savages. Then when you came here, you seen a lot of civil people just living like there was stuff you could just pull right off the thing. Papayas, pineapples, chia seeds, maize, which we ground up. See, it ain't like the corn we got today. We was planting the milpa planting system, like I told you. The stalks used to grow so high, and then the beans will grow up the stalks. The jack and the bean stalk. Yeah, that's a maize stalk that bean stalk was growing up of. Yeah, it was growing up the jack and the bean stalk. That's maize that it was growing up. That maize stalk. See what I'm saying? Y'all ain't know nothing about none of that. You ain't have maize. We ground that up and made cornbread, dumplings, grits, Johnny cakes. We made all kind of stuff out of it. Y'all wasn't doing none of that. Barbecuing. Y'all wasn't doing barbecue. You didn't have barbecue. You didn't know shit about no barbecue. We ain't really have to eat meat that much. We ate it on the festivals and just like for different, once in a while, because we had everything. Out of 640 crops grown in Africa today, 600 of them are native to here. And the ones that they have, the so-called Sumerians brought over there. That which we just found out, the Sumerians are the Naga people. It's the same people. Sumerians are the Naga. Yeah. Man, it wasn't no 3,000 years ago. They talking about 3,000 years, man. These people, they always want to fit their these tablets and all of this stuff into their own timelines. Wasn't no 3,000 years ago, man. That was way longer than that. Way longer. We're talking about a long time. We've been on this planet for hundreds of millions of years. They want to talk about dinosaurs and all of that. They're trying to cover up that there was giants here. When that flood happened from Bermuda Triangle, it killed a lot of them. Killed a lot of them giants. They don't want to tell you nothing, man. They don't want to tell you shit. 7 of those giants survived. You know what I'm saying? They don't tell you nothing. And they come from here. All them giants come from here. All the herbivores, all the big herbivores. Now look at yourself, right? Why would if it was dinosaurs, right? How would you find dinosaurs over in Africa and shit like that? That don't make no sense. Don't make no sense. If you're a herbivore, Africa can't even feed the people that they have over there. They barely can feed the people. The animals that are over there that got stuck over there are barely surviving. How is a big herbivore like a mammoth going to survive over there? How? It ain't. In the beginning, it's the plants, and we have the plants. It shows everything. We got the plants. The herbivores come from here. Now, when you have huge herbivores like that, and you want to act like you have dinosaurs, which you're gonna have the big meat eaters. That's just a fact. Where you get the saber-toothed tiger and all that kind of shit. All that shit comes from here. All of it comes from here. All of it. Y'all telling the tale, that's over with. So, yeah. I'm gonna take the live stream down for now, man. I did a little hour for you. Gave you a little bit of the program. Stay tuned. Next stream will be probably tomorrow. Probably jump on here and do another little bit, and we'll try to get going. TikTok is acting crazy with my algorithms over there. They're not trying to really. They know that I'm. Yeah, thanks to all the viewers. I appreciate you. They're trying to block and censor me over there. I'm not letting it happen. We ain't getting censored. They don't want me. I'm telling too much truth, man. I'm telling too much of our real story. So yeah, let's get back to our real information. Like I said, I enjoy some of the creators out here, but we need to really get into the meat and the potatoes of what's going on. So until next time, check y'all out. Peace to the guys. I appreciate y'all coming in here. Peace to the guys and the goddesses. I want to give a shout out and appreciation to the ancestors, the universe, our beautiful planet, and the sun making his moves up there, keeping us alive and giving us some energy and printing on downloads. So I appreciate that. And as always, peace to the guys and the goddesses of our universe.